this is Charlie. I've had a lot of emails about people asking me why I'm not giving readings out. You know, they want to know the main point. But when I tell these people in the email I'm too open to spirits, they ask me what it means. Well, being open to spirits, too open to spirits, is spirits will drain you of energy if you give him messages out too much, and he'll rule your life. There's being in a dimension of spirits, the dimension they're in, and there's also being in reality. Spirits will take advantage of anybody, and if you can give a message, they'll try it on. And I have had it all the time. And I used to give messages to people in the street. Driving along in the car, they used to come in and get me to go to, say, my mate's house or somebody that's got a problem or whatever, even when I'm driving the car. 24 hours a day. Spirits sort of trying it on, if you want to put it that way. And they drain you of energy. They really do. You've got to switch off. You've got to learn to switch off. I'm switching off at the moment because I did let spirits take advantage of me for a long time, but I thought that I could handle it, but it's getting to me now, and I've got to give it a break for a while. And all the mediums or even clairvoyants that's trying to learn all this has got to learn to switch off and come into reality. And you've got to do things. You don't even talk about spirits or anything like that, as less as possible anyway. And you've got to learn, even when you're out in the street or whatever. I mean, I've been in the spirits are like this. I've been in a supermarket where there's been an old woman in front of me, and I've had the spirits coming through to do with this old woman being ill. And it sounds a bit tight, but you can't let spirits, you've got to show them who's boss, and there's a time and a place for that. Because they will take advantage of you and they will drain you. I mean, I have had a bad time over the years to do with spirit. Taking advantage of me for all sorts of reasons, you know. I mean, if some of the reasons were good, I let them sort of use me. It's like when my wife died. The wife died when she was 46. A couple of years ago, and my kids were having a bad time. I let her use me all the time, make my kids feel better, and it's not the way to do it really, even with my own wife. But even spirits like famous spirits, they'll take advantage of anybody that's sort of vulnerable, if you want to put it that way, and they will. I mean, they used me for like putting the message over to do with global warming. That was fair enough. But John Lennon had a lot more in mind than that, believe me. Well, a lot of people say about famous spirits. Well, you know, how can they be where you are? Because you've got to have their family in front of you. You don't need anyone in front of you. It doesn't work like that. Spirits know all the mediums, if you like, in the world, and it's amazing how it works. And with the likes of John Lennon, for instance, being from Liverpool, that's why he took advantage of me. I mean, this is his hometown, and other famous spirits do go around, mediums, if you've got to put a point over somewhere, but they come to you, you don't get them. But that's basically it in a nutshell. I'll be giving it a rest because I'm getting too open to spirits. I've been letting them take advantage of me, thinking I was doing the right thing, but you know, I've got my own life to lead, and these spirits have got to learn, even the ones all off the internet that I've been giving messages, spirits have got to learn that there's a time and a place. That's why people book readings with the mediums. For that reason, or you go to a spiritual church at a certain time, then spirits know you've got control and you actually mean business, because he will take advantage of you if you're willing to give messages out they'll only be too glad to take it. They won't convince you not to do it, put it that way. Anyway, that's what it all means, being too open to spirits. And I will be doing readings in the future, but most of the spirits that's around me, I'm sort of showing them who's boss. And even when I'm going around, doing my own thing in the day or whatever, I've got to show spirits that there's no way. If they want a reading for that particular person, get them to talk to me and I'll talk to them. And if they don't ask me for a reading, I don't give one. It's simple as that. That's what you've got to do. You've got to show spirits who's boss, or they will drain you. They really will. And you'll never have a life of your own. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're using to contact spirits, even if it's a Ouija board, tarot cards, crystal balls, or even if it's nothing. I mean, I don't need anything to use tarot cards or Ouija boards. It just comes to me natural, but people that use it, like say Ouija boards and stuff, they can still do exactly the same when you're there. Drain you of energy, they'll stay around you because you've showed an interest in Ouija boards or tarot cards. The spirits that are around you are usually your family. If they want to get a message to you, they will even keep you interested in the Ouija board. But if you're getting things like bad vibes, or if you're getting bad-tempered or angry, it doesn't mean that's you. That could be your family telling you not to mess with the Ouija board or even tarot cards. It does happen. But you need to the only way you can get rid of them is coming into reality and just ignoring the facts to do with spirits completely. If you have a bad experience with anything like Ouija boards or stuff, because that is being open to spirits by showing an interest, like I've just mentioned, 24 hours a day. You've got to come in reality and go, get rid of the Ouija board, and even if you get rid of it, they'll still be there. They'll try and get you interested in it again. You've got to learn to switch off, and the subject of spirits completely stops to show me you're not interested anymore. And even if you get a thought in the head about doing it, you want to say to yourself, is that them doing that to me? There's ways around. You've got to know yourself. You've got to know the personality of yourself. And if an unusual personality comes in, and you know it's not you, I mean, think about it. That's the way you suss it out. I mean, if you're using a Ouija board or start to mess with a Ouija board or tarot cards or anything, you should find out what you're doing before you mess with these things. Some people jump in head first because they're curious of the unknown, and they jump in head first without getting information about these things. These things, Ouija boards and all that, they're not evil or anything. Depends on where you're using these Ouija boards. I mean, if you move into a house where a few people have died, then people will sort of use you as well to get to their family. That's how it goes. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Hope it's helped you in some way. Bye bye for now. God bless.